Hi, we are in Ithra, in Saudi Arabia, where I show Ithra, just behind me. And in this time, for the first time, Matkus has joined me with his wonderful sound installation, which is about Ithra, or let us say, sound of Ithra. So perhaps I ask Matkus, and thank you that you join us, and perhaps you can talk a little bit about this project.
Yes, I'd like to. So thank you, Karina. As you may know, I like to be inspired by the surroundings when I make music. So with my field recordings I'm doing designing new soundscapes, as well as I get inspired by the emotions actually I'm having when I'm doing those recordings. And as soon as I got in touch with Ithra, I wasn't only enthusiastic about by seeing her or touching her, but also by listening to her.
Yes, I remember, for the first time when I was in Rio de Janeiro, one friend of mine, artist who visited my place, and for the first time he told me, "Oh, Ithra has such a nice sound." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So this was for me like,
yes, she does.
I know it. She have a good sound. No, I know it. She has sound, but I didn't recognize it something from with quality. So when you visit me for in Munich, it was like 1 year or 2 years ago.
1.5 years ago.
1.5 years ago. So this was like the second time that somebody told me this.
Yeah, and speaking of Munich, I was really excited that you allowed me to make field recordings with the audience, but also without the audience.
Yeah.
So I was able to catch all those fine and soft noises without any disturbing background noise, right? Without
like right now.
But it was also important for me to make those recordings with the audience, because there I could catch all this action and dynamics when the people were interacting with Ithra, and both scenarios were very important to me.
What for me it's exciting that in the beginning when I made Ithra, I made her to be an artwork in the open source method, so me and the visitors make the whole artworks, so I am not only one who produced this. So, but the next interesting moment for me was when one dancer visited the other space, and this was in Vancouver, in Canada. A dancer saw Ithra, and she was so excited about this, so she started just dance with her, and somebody took photos. So afterwards she sent me the photo, and I posted, and this goes so viral in internet, So from this moment on, so many dancers just got the idea to make something with Ithra, and now from this moment on, so many times when I travel with Ithra, the dancer want to dance, So the Ithra gets a development not only by me, but by the visitors too. So this is something what I really love. And now you with the music, with your idea to produce a music sound, or how you call it? Will you say it's sound or it is music? Or sound experiment, or
well, it's
which label you will, if you have to put one?
Well, at the end, it is for me. It is music made by sounds, because somehow I give the sounds a structure, and then it is music. I would say I'm composing it.
Okay, so so now you with your music, you are the first one who starts to give Ithra this quality. I couldn't really imagine how can you make music out of the sound. So this was for me like totally different discovery, And all the time I say to the visitors, I dig the hole to Wonderland. By jump to it, you have to do by yourself. But now you dig the hole to the Wonderland by Ithra, and I jump into it. And I really love it. Yeah.
really flattered what you're saying about that. But I can say you that not only Ithra, but also how, as I told you, the people were interacting because, as I tried to explain before, the emotions I'm having during the recordings are very important for me to get inspiration for the songs after, and to watch the people, how they interact with, let's say her, right? Ithra has a personality, how they lose their concerns, because at the beginning in Munich, at least it was like that at the beginning they were really reserved and a bit skeptical, like, I'm a grown-up person and I don't want to look like a child. But after a while, you could see how Ithra herself, I would say, was able to melt the ice between her and the audience, and all of a sudden the people approached her carefully at the beginning, touched her softly, nudged her, then moved her around until they danced with her really wildly. And this was so touching, really, this was so touching for me to see how the people could be just in the present. They did not think anymore how to look like. They did not care anymore what all the people around would think. They would just be in the moment. They didn't have any wars or troubles anymore.
Yeah,
well, at least for a moment.
In somehow they are very focused on the intuition.
Yeah.
But tell something about the music. How you get your music out of the sound? How you start with it? So you came one day when the visitors were there, and you was walking with your recording.
Yeah, this is a field recorder, right? So basically it's the same you can do with the mobile phone. You're recording sounds. However, of course, the quality is much better. I have a high resolution, which is important for me because after, when I'm back home in the studio, I'm processing the sounds a lot. So I'm stretching it, pitching it up and down, make a lot of effect change, and the better the quality is, the more, of course, I can do without getting it like blurry with pictures, you know. And as soon as I'm listening at home to my recordings, I'm immediately taken back to that very special place, the exhibition. I get the same feelings again, and then everything just works intuitively. That it seems like I follow a clear navigation, you know, inside me, and you begin to compose the song, and at the end, it is pretty clear that this song must be about this topic, which fits perfectly to Ithra. So it's not like your brain is working, but afterwards, your brain understands why your belly was navigating you like that. And well, speaking of techniques, you can do something like, it is called granular synthesis. So you dive deep into a sound sample so that you can hear the tiniest grains of sounds, like when you have an image and you're zooming in, that you can see every pixel of your image, right? And then you can build completely something new, but always based on the original sample. However, you are able to create new soundscapes, and also you are able to shape, I would say even different, I can shape the listening of my microphone to the listening of my ears. So at the end you can listen to my Ithra song how I was listening to her. So you can listen through my filters. Yeah.
You make the first one and then you know it, okay, now I have already idea for a new one, or you was what is not enough to make one, or?
Well, as I got different emotions during the recordings, like watching first the people, how reserved they were, and also seeing the enthusiasm, and then as I was playing with Ithra myself, I was having this idea that Ithra could symbolize the shadow, my shadow, and that she showed me or taught me how I can interact with my fears, and that I should not be awestruck of my fears, but that I can move my fears, embrace my fears, turn them around, and that at the end I learn something.
Yeah, because this is really funny that some people say in the beginning Eda scares them.
Yeah, interesting to hear.
Yeah.
So I had so many different emotions that I was sure I want to make different songs of them. But still, when I start, I don't think like, today I make this song about my shadow. It works different, but at some point of the creative stage, I realized, well, this is now the shadow dancer, of course. But it's not the plan at the beginning. Yeah.
So we have 4 songs. First one?
It's Can I Trust You? So the people who are skeptical and can I trust you, Ada? Or do you make me just look ridiculous like a child?
Second one?
Is Lose Control, so that I start really to interact wildly with her.
Third
Then
one?
I'm beautiful, Ada is beautiful, so that the people just see the pure beauty of her and the magic that she can reward everyone with pure joy.
Discover after all these thoughts and fears,
Yes.
the beauty of it.
Yes.
And the last one?
And the shadow dancer is my personal experience, like dancing with your own shadow, with your fears, to interact with them. Yes.
So this was really wonderful that one day in the evening I got an email with the first Can I Trust You?
Yeah.
Exactly, you sent me the first one.
Sure.
And I also wanted to share this experience with everybody, with all the new visitors, as I shared now also through the dancer, So when we invited now dancer or the museums invited dance companies to make something, so I wanted also to share this wonderful experience, and I proposed this year to Ithra to invite Matkus with his music, and Ithra does it.
Wow.
What I like, because your music is not part of Eda, it is something new, So we put the sound station outside of this mesh wall, so the people can take this headset and put it on, and in every of this it's another sound, so you can sit here with the music and look to Eda, how she moves, how the people interact, and you can discover perhaps the similarity of what you was thinking or what you was feeling in the moment when you took this.
Exactly.
So, thank you, and
Thanks.
I will give then the link, or perhaps we put just after this nice interview the music of
Makes sense.
Matkus. So enjoy.
Thank you as well.